안녕하세요. You're listening to 4 from On One podcast.
Welcome back to 4 from On One, Season 2, boys. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, Hyukjun?
Great to see you back.
Happy Sunday morning. I'm surprised we could get you on the show.
Thank you.
He's
I'm here.
And Gio, I believe you've been watching the World Series. How are you doing, buddy?
I have. It's still Saturday night here, so I'm in the PM zone. So good night to you all. Yes.
And
different time
Houston
zones.
won
It's
it?
funky. Houston won. Yes. Sadly, I was going for Phillies, but it's okay. What are you gonna do? Yeah,
right.
It's okay.
They didn't cheat this time. Last time they won it, they cheated, yeah.
I made the same comment. At least they won it legitimately this time without the banging of the trash can in between. So yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we took a couple of weeks off. We finished our season 1. It was a little bit harder for us to record than we thought it was going to be, being in 3 different countries, 3 different Wi-Fis. So we took a break, and now I am back in Australia for the next 3 months, and Gio's stabled in America, and Hyukjun, you're stable in Korea. So we hope we can pump out weekly episodes from now on.
Sure.
And Hyukjun, unfortunately, last week where you live was a very sad week. Yeah, how's it going now?
So I think everybody knows what happened. In short story, there was too many people celebrating Halloween weekend, and then over 150 people passed away on that crash accident. This is very tragic news, and first time I thought it was fake news. It was just like Halloween themed fake news. And then I suddenly hear like lots of ambulances going on, and then the sirens are everywhere around my neighborhood too. So it was heartbreaking. And until yesterday, it was like national mourning days. So full 7 days of grieving for those who lost their families and friends. And this was another kind of sadness that we experienced in this country. And also Itaewon is where I live, so this is very very I don't know how to say it, but very very unnatural thing to happen, I think.
Yeah, because Gio, you sort of broke it to our little cacao group first, and at first we thought it was like drug overdose, and that's bad, but that's sort of like sort of a fault sort of thing. But how it happened is so like, and then I thought inside a venue, okay, I understand that, but on the street, overcrowding on a street, was very shocking and all the video was very sad. And unfortunately, I booked my hostel to be near Hyukjun 2 days during the week, and I couldn't change my booking, so I went to Itaewon for 2 days during that morning period, and it was very, very eerie to be there. I sort of wish I did get a hotel somewhere else because it was very uncomfortable. Yeah. I paid my respects. I didn't do any filming. I was going to film, like my plan was to film Itaewon and my favorite places, maybe get Hyukjun to come out with me, but it wasn't the right moment to do that. So I just got out of Itaewon. It's very sad because Itaewon, that's where we met, boys, yeah, and it struggled hard the last 3 years with coronavirus, with not lockdowns, we didn't have lockdowns, but curfews. A lot of businesses went broke, a lot of businesses shut down, and it was just starting to get its sales going again. So I'm sure eventually people will start coming back again, but yeah, it was really sad. Very sad, actually.
Yeah, let's just hope going forward, I mean, human error does occur. I mean, obviously this could have been prevented. I don't know if any of you have ever gone to Itaewon during the Halloween event. I went maybe 7 years ago, and at that time I thought it was really crowded. I mean, looking at all the video, the media reports, just seeing the crowds that kind of just gathered, pushing through those small little alleyways. It didn't really get that bad at the time, but enough for me where it took me maybe 20 minutes just to get out of the subway station alone. I realized I wasn't ever going to go back. because
Yeah, I'm
it's too
surprised like
crowded.
overcrowding didn't happen in the subway. Like that subway can be overcrowded just on an average
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, and especially when you got elevators. If you ever been on the cruise ship, we nearly had a disaster, well, not a disaster, but when there's too many people on top of the elevator and the elevator is still moving, that's such a
Yep.
dangerous situation.
Mhm.
And if anyone's been to Etiwan, that elevator is massive, and there's no way to get off it if the top level's overcrowded. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought it could have happened is at the train station. But yeah.
And that's
Anyway,
what's
let's
like
move
it
on
hits so
to
hard before. Yeah, but I was just gonna say it's what hits so hard because it's such a popular place. Everybody
Yeah.
knows it. It hits close to home because it's so surprising the fact that Itaewon was just kind of put on that global scale to where all these like global leaders were like offering their condolences. It's just like I know that area, like we know that area. I could just picture in my mind exactly where it happened. So again, our thoughts and prayers to the families, the victims. So we
Yeah.
wish everyone well who's still struggling to overcome that tragedy.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we encourage people to still go to Etiwan in the future. The party will come back and support these businesses because it is a great multicultural area where everyone can get
Mhm.
together. And it's a great place to spend time. At the moment, it's not the right time to party there, but in the future, go and support this area because it's a great vibe. It's a really good place when it's in a happy place. Yeah.
No doubt.
All right. Yeah. So from the three of us, we sent our thoughts to the families. It was the place where we first met as well. Let's move forward. So
All right.
we've been traveling. Gio, you're back in America. How's fall in America?
Yeah, so I have been here now for 3 weeks, and let me tell you, gentlemen, I have been getting stuff done.
Yes.
The last time we chatted, I took my family to the pumpkin farm a couple days after. I had
Okay.
celebrated my dad's birthday. I'm not gonna reveal his age because he's sensitive about that. No, we went to like a beautiful Italian dinner. That's where we had my famous chicken Vesuvio. I had the chicken.
the chicken
I didn't take a picture. I didn't want to be that guy who was like snapping photos at tourists. You know, I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb. But the minute it was served, I stuffed it down. I didn't even taste it. Like I just slipped up the whole bowl, the sauce, everything. I soaked up all the potatoes. The following week was Halloween. So we took Sophina trick-or-treating for the first time. I don't know if you saw on Instagram. So Young and I we dressed up in our
Harry Potter's.
Hogwarts robes. Yeah, the Harry Potter. We had the wands. Sophina was Snow White. Giano, he slept the entire time, but he was wearing his Batman costume with the little cape.
Batman.
Yeah.
Suit. Yeah.
You still
that
gave
was
him the
so
candy
cute.
bag, yeah? So you could get more
we took his
candies.
candy bag. We took double. I was sneaky about it. Every time Sophie's bag got full, I would dump it into Giano's and then assuming that it was empty, so people would give her more, thinking it was her first time trick-or-treating.
All right. We didn't prep for this one, but I got a question for you. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Okay, that is a tie between Twizzlers and Reese's Pieces. Wow, come on.
Twizzlers.
I love
Are you sure?
Twizzlers. I love Twizzlers.
Yeah.
They taste like plastic.
No, they don't. So that was her first trick-or-treating
What's
event. And then I was just gonna say last note. I booked my flight to Portland this week. So I will be going to December. Yep. As I told you guys in the past, I plan on moving there.
Yeah.
I want to see the neighborhoods first before I get off the plane and say, wow, this place is really up to my
It's meant to be a bit of a hippie city, yeah? I spent 2 days there.
So I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, I spent 2 days there. It's a bit of a hippie city, a lot of vegetarian restaurants and all that sort of stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah. What about you, Hyukjun? What's your go-to Halloween candy? What's your favorite Halloween candy?
It's definitely Twix.
Twix. Oh, Twix is good.
Twix are pretty good.
Yeah.
Twix are nice.
What's yours,
Snickers.
kid?
If we're going to do chocolate bars, Snickers.
All right.
I like Snickers, but my ultimate favorite is Payday. I like Payday. That's like my favorite candy bar. Do you know what that is? Payday. It's peanuts with caramel. Just think of like a caramel bar
that's
with
a good
salted
mix.
peanuts scattered all over it. That's my favorite because I'm not like a big fan of sweets. Maybe that's why I don't like Twizzlers for the lack of taste. I don't like something like too sweet or gummies getting stuck in between my teeth. Hey, can I tell you guys a quick little story really quick during this trick-or-treating? So Sophie was just completely having a blast. Like it's like these little moments, like as a dad, like just seeing your kid just like smile, running up, feeling so confident, ringing bells, saying trick or treat, happy Halloween. Like she never would speak in Korea, like at all. I don't know if she just felt uncomfortable speaking out loud. But here it's really been like a confidence booster for her. So just as we were kind of just wrapping up, we only went maybe for like an hour and a half while there was still daylight. And I asked
Yeah.
Soyoung, I said, hey, can we please go down the street where I grew up? Can we please visit my childhood home? I just want to show you guys,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
even trick or treat there, hoping that the people were there. They weren't. But my neighbor was still there after like 20, 30 years.
Wow.
And so she comes down the stairs. Sophie goes up with her little bucket, says, hey, trick or treat. And I approach her and I say, excuse me, is this the residence of so and so? She kind of looked at me like, yes, like that's my name. And I thought, well, I don't know if you remember me. My name's Giovanni, and I used to live next door. She's like, oh my God, you're so and so son. How you been? It was like this big reunion. I was just like, can
Oh,
I give you a hug?
wow.
And so we hug. We're chit chatting like, this is my wife. These are
Yeah.
my kids. These are trick or treaters. They're not with me. I don't have that many kids, you know. But but she remembers, she's like, how's your brother doing? Where's he living? I'm like, my parents
Yeah.
are down the road on the side of the street. I lived in Korea. I'm still living there. I asked about her kids. She's like, you remember my kids' names? I'm like, how can I not? And we were just chatting there for like 20 minutes. I was
Wow.
like, thank you so much. I promise I'll come back. I'll see you again. Tell your husband hello for me. And it was nice. It was a touching moment. So
Yeah,
full
Wow,
circle.
that's
that's cool.
great.
Yeah,
That's
no,
Yeah, we
very
great.
saw
cool.
Yeah.
the photos of your family at the pumpkin patch and the Halloween. Very cute. I think you put a
Yeah,
couple on
Mm.
our Instagram. So if you guys go
we
on
had
Instagram, I think.
2 Halloween outings because we also went up to Milwaukee where my dad's side of the family live. And so
Hmm.
my uncle, every single year, his community, like a block party. They have like a block party where they obviously a block party. They cut off certain roads and all the neighbors participate. So they set like a DJ booth, some couple tents, some food tents, things like that. And all the neighborhood kids come together. They go to like this little haunted house that my uncle sets up. And then what was really cool, they
Mm.
made it fun for the adults because as you're trick or treating, all the adults have just like picnic tables outside with like shots and drinks and beers for the parents to gather as they're taking the kids trick or treating. So here I am going around trick or treat, holding like a Miller Lite, drinking, chugging that in the middle of the street,
Yeah.
having like
Yeah.
a shot like schnapps of like every single flavor on the tables. I'm just like, yes, yes, happy Halloween to me. Let's go, Sophie, roll out. Just changing my costume
Well,
every now and then so I can just get double,
Yeah.
double alcohol serving. But yeah,
and how did you find it? We'll talk about my travel soon, but what I found coming back to Australia, which is really shocking, because I went to obviously stayed in Korea for 5 years and then Vietnam and Japan. And actually, we'll talk about Japan soon, but coming back to Australia, what shocked me the most is I can speak English. Like I understand what everyone's saying and I can read everything. And
mm-hmm.
Oh,
like, my
now
gosh,
you're
I
having
can.
my experience.
Yeah, yeah.
And like
That's me every
I
time I
even
dine out.
sometimes I'm about to get something and like I'm about to say gamsamada. No, I can say thank you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it
Yeah,
has.
You
What
understand what
about
I'm saying?
that's
Did I say
great.
that out loud?
Sophia?
Oops.
Or have the do they Safina? Do they ever like start speaking Korean or like no, you can speak English now? Like
Well, I mean, obviously with Sonia, they speak with her, but what we find with Soyoung, Jesus, with Sophina is every time we take her to the park, she'll speak Korean to the kids. Like
yeah,
sometimes she'll say like, "Follow me," or "Let's play together," but in Korean. I'm like, Sophie,
Really?
they don't understand you. Speak English here. But sometimes she'll figure it out. She'll like, they don't respond, so she's like, "Oh, English. Come on, let's
that's very
go."
smart. That's very
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good skill to
She's
learn
like a
a
light
language at that
switch.
age. Yeah,
Oh, you guys,
Yeah,
she's so
yeah.
cute. She's getting so big. She's getting so big. Like, again, she plays with kids now at the park. She goes down
Mm.
slides. She goes on the swings. She just wants to play and talk to everybody. She got her first haircut yesterday,
Oh
so
yeah, I
it's all
saw
nice.
that.
We cut
Yeah.
all the baby hair off, so I don't
yeah.
recognize her anymore. She's getting too big for me. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Tina enjoys her staying in the US and then like doing all the stuff and then yeah, and as you said, like running away, like running, not running away, shit, running,
not yet.
running,
Worst country to do
running
that.
around,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, running around, and then yeah, have a little like more experience, like double experience of like how her childhood being. So I kind of envy her too. So that's
yeah. I mean,
really
she's
great.
in the place where technically I grew up. Like I spent my childhood here, so it's just
Mm.
again a full circle. It hits here.
Getting to
It
live in
hits
a
right here
house instead of a
sometimes.
small apartment. And
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go back. I feel like I'm in a shoebox. It's like, all right, this is my place now. So, yeah.
uh, yeah, Hyukjun, I was going to ask you, like, you're back home, you're playing a lot of baseball. How's the baseball leagues going? You winning?
Oh, so we are going for actually a history that
Mm.
first ever team might might be our team, the Feministas,
Mm.
that no lose until the championship game.
Ah, you're
Right.
going
So-
undefeated.
Go for it. Undefeated, yeah.
So we are undefeated for full official seasons game. So now the
Mhm.
season's over. We are number 1. So we are looking
Mhm.
forward to play against the 2 games in championship game in Gapyeong,
Mm.
Yep.
the legit field, the all cold
Mhm.
field.
Yeah.
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 You can say
And
it.
then yeah.
And how's your batting going? What's your ERA?
Oh, hey. Thanks for asking me that. I did
Game
my
home run?
You hit a home
first
run?
ever home run in my
That's good.
life.
Good
wow,
job, dude.
that's a good hit.
Yes.
Well
Good
done. I never
job.
got close.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Well
Wonderful.
It
done.
was
Left field or right field? Or center?
center left. Center left.
Wow.
Wow.
Center left. Yeah.
Quite
was
the
pitching.
boom.
It almost hit the tree behind it, the field, right?
Wow.
So it's
That's pretty
way
far.
over the path, way over the path. It fly over like it was
That's a good
huge.
hit. Well
And
done,
they
man.
found the
Well
ball.
done.
They found the
Congrats.
ball. They didn't get lost. That's cool. Great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I heard yesterday was Hellman's special day, the rum day. Did you get on the rum?
Oh, yeah, I got the rum. I got the rum and I got the drama and yeah, everything was there.
I was wondering if
Yeah.
that's why you might not show up today. Getting the rum day is always a dangerous day.
Brutal day.
People watching,
is,
one of
it
the
is.
players would bring a big jug of rum and mix it very slightly with Coke, and it's
Yep.
dangerous. And there's only
Super
2 o'clock.
dangerous.
By 5 o'clock, you're already screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
drove home
Yeah.
last year on rum day. Not a good idea. That was foolish.
Mm.
Foolish.
And I would say, Hyukjun, when I was in Korea, I was only in Korea for 2 days during the last week.
Yeah.
Still not. It was a bit chilly, but the weather's been good. Yeah, like it's not cold yet. Yeah, it got cold this
The
week.
the moment you left, the weather turns into the winter now,
Oh, really?
and then in the
Ooh,
morning,
that's
in the
brutal.
morning it goes below 0. So
Mm,
it's very, very, very cold. Now it's
mm,
very, very cold. Mm.
yeah,
Oh, it's still warm
Um,
here. It's beautiful.
yeah.
Nice.
Today's blue skies, but the water's very cold. I went for a swim today. I think the water temperature is about 19. You get in and you, like, am I in Titanic movie?
You got your
But,
old face on.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah. But once you get in, it's refreshing. It's good. It's a really nice location where I am. So it's good to be back. I'm going to hang out with some mates later today, I think. So that'll be good.
mm.
I
Long
couldn't.
overdue.
My flight was overnight. Are you guys good at sleeping on airplanes? I can't sleep
No,
on an
not with 2
airplane.
kids. No.
Or are you, Hyukjun? Are you good at sleeping on planes?
Yeah, I am. Like
Yeah.
I drink
You're
a
a
lot,
snorer?
so I can. Um, yes, but apparently I'm not snoring on the airplane, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
you don't want to be a snorer. Dear God, especially next to you. Oh, you can't stand people like that. But even before we're kids, I couldn't sleep on planes anyway. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
Speaking of
okay.
planes, you had recently just went to Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
arrived
Japan.
Australia today,
I got to Australia yesterday. Yeah.
and you had been traveling for well over a month, about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. I did 28 days in Vietnam and then 7 nights in Japan. And then I've been home for 2 nights in Korea and then a night here.
Did you kind of
Busy
just feel
time.
like burnt out? Were you like
Mm.
burnt out at the end of it? Were you just like relieved to finally go home? Were you kind of sad that it
Yeah,
was ending?
but to be honest, like the way I traveled, if you've been watching some of my videos, is that I haven't been. No, I haven't been.
I know.
I haven't been doing like how some people just do one day here, one day there, one day there.
Sure.
I was doing like
Yeah.
3-4 days everywhere, so I wasn't pushing myself because I was still learning how to do the filming and editing on the run. And so if it was a rainy day, it didn't bother me because I'd just go out the next day. So a rainy day, it was just editing day. But yeah, Vietnam, I absolutely love Vietnam. It was really good. The food was as good as I was hoping it would be. I didn't get too experimental with the food. Like I still haven't tried durian, which I'm a bit disappointed. But bun cha and all these foods, banh mi, like you can live really cheap there, but I would say don't expect to live cheap because you somehow just end up spending money here and there and just adds up eventually, even though it's a cheap country. Your money slowly disappears.
Yeah.
But and
Yeah.
then Japan's the totally opposite. You could easily spend $50 in no time. But you can also, just like Korea, if you find these little secret spots, you can find the good food that's not expensive or and what I found with Japan also is there's so much stuff you can do free by just walking around and just observing stuff, observing temples, observing parks, just like Korea as well, observing hikes and mountains and people watch how people are dressed. There's vending machines everywhere that kept me interested.
That
Like
is the
looking at all the
coolest
vending
thing
machines.
about Japan. You can literally buy anything in a vending machine. Umbrellas, underwear, snacks, food, alcohol, like everything. How
Ice cream,
convenient.
like ice cream vending
Everything.
machine.
Yeah.
ice
Even
cream
I
they
saw a
have
beer
too.
one, an alcoholic one, but you had to somehow scan your ID, and I couldn't work out how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Did you find yourself having to carry around like lots and lots of change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so usually my go-to is when I get back to the airport is I put all the change into the vending machines to get myself like a bowl of Coke or a packet of chips or something, and that's how I get rid of the change. But in the
And in Japan,
Seoul airport, there was no vending machines. What? Where's the vending machines? I want to spend all my Korean coins.
Yeah.
Like I had
Yeah.
1,000 10-cent pieces. I'm like, how can I get rid of these bloody coins? The currency exchange wasn't open, so now I'm stuck with 1,000 coins in my.
You didn't go to the bank? Let's go to the bank.
No,
yeah.
And
well,
turn
I
it to
thought I was going to
cash.
use the vending machine. I was
Yeah,
going to put
in
1,000
You know how many times I went
10-cent
to
coins
KB
in the
Bank
vending
with like
machine.
a baseball cap of just change? Like, excuse me, can I turn this into cash? And they're like, oh, judge, nah, this freaking foreigner. Like, and I walk out of the bank with cash. I didn't
But I will
care.
say, Seoul Airport, the best airport with immigration, customs, no lineups. It was so quick. Japan, I was very disappointed. Kansai Airport,
Oh yeah.
the line
Osaka.
went through the whole
Osaka.
terminal. Like they actually, it was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. And Vietnam was so, but I would say to all the Koreans out there, you guys have got the best organized airport. Yeah.
It's always like
Yes.
rated #1, right? For the past few years, Incheon's always been rated #1. I like Qatar.
Yeah, I think
airport.
so. Yeah.
Qatar airport was like really nice too.
Well, they got the World Cup very soon, yeah, so they have to be on.
Oh
Start
yeah.
at the end of this
There's a lot of
month, yeah,
pressure on
November to
them
like
because
December.
they're being dicks about other stuff.
It looks like
So
very futuristic there. It's really nice.
Oh really?
It's like the indoor like
great.
monorails. I'm not like Incheon too. I mean, obviously Incheon's a lot bigger, but the section that we went out of, it was just clean and just organized. Very organized.
And what about the next couple of months, boys? What's on the agenda, Gio?
Oh man. So I've actually we're gonna go back. Excuse me. So in a couple of weeks we've got Thanksgiving coming up, which is obviously my favorite holiday. The children will be setting up as in my children, will be setting up their first Christmas tree. My mom went out today and got their first Christmas tree together because traditionally we set it up the day after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be decorating that. We'll be heading back up to Wisconsin, and then we'll be renting out the field house where my uncle had his block party and kind of just like a little party. All my cousins can kind of come together. My kids can play with the rest of their cousins, get to meet the ones that they didn't meet a couple weeks ago. So that's just for the month of November. And then my brother's gonna be flying in for Thanksgiving. That's just for this month. Remember a couple months ago when we applied for Giano's like dual citizenship and his passport, and it came like in a timely manner, and then they sent me this piece of paper saying, well, if you want to apply for your social security number, you have to mail all your documents to Manila, and then they'll get them back to you. I thought, the hell with that. I'm not going to mail my passport. Nothing. So I just figured I'll bring the documents with me and I'll just go to the Social Security office myself. Well, I was dreading it because who wants to go to either Social Security office, the DMV? It's a headache to deal with.
Yeah.
I went there, waited an hour. Not bad. It was a Wednesday. And then I was at the counter for less than 10 minutes. Documents. Gave me my receipt and said, all right, you're going to get your son's social in about 2 weeks. I thought, yes.
Oh,
like, I'm getting
that
so
fast?
much done here. Yeah. So once I get that, I can open bank accounts right under his name, and I can apply for my child tax credits the next
Ooh,
filing
yeah.
season. I'm an adult now, guys. So I'm applying for credit cards. Credit cards I couldn't get over there in Korea because they take forever for international shipping. So I'm just
Yeah.
really trying to build my credit, and I'm looking at houses daily. So that's my life.
And what about the
I'm
firefighting? Are you still
a
looking at that?
planner. That's exactly why
Yeah.
I'm going to Portland. I got to check out all the different
Yes.
neighborhoods. I got to sit down with the academic advisor, and then I want to go stop at the fireplace and look at the forms to see what's required of me.
Mm.
They might just
That's
look at me
cool.
laughing and be like, "What a joke! Get the hell out of here!" And then I have to go to Plan B. So
I just want to know if the tank's bigger than you are.
exactly.
The oxygen
It's really
tank, is
fun.
it bigger than you?
Well, they adjust, but yeah, it probably goes over my
Yeah.
head. Don't discourage me. I'm doing this.
And what about you,
Yeah,
Hyukjun?
he's
You didn't
doing
get to
it.
go to Morocco. Any plans coming up next couple of months? You going to do some traveling?
Well, I might be travel to Africa or Middle East, but I'm not sure because I don't know. My company policy is kind of like here and there. So I don't know. Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to go to Thailand or Bali or after New Year though. I wanted to travel again. Like
Go
you
to
guys
Thailand.
are
Yeah.
made the fire on me on my heart, so I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go somewhere.
You
At
have to.
least Japan. Yeah, I actually really wanted to go to Japan with kid, but you, you
Company was
It was
didn't
very
calling
last
share
minute.
your
It was very
schedules.
short.
You
Yeah.
didn't share your schedules. Like now you're in Japan. What?
It was very
Yeah,
last minute. It was very like,
yeah,
yeah. So I got some plans. So
yeah.
maybe I can meet up with you one of those ones. So I still plan on. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work here in Australia. I'm going to try to do some online teaching and some US dollars because the US dollar is so strong at the moment compared to everything else.
Oh yeah.
And then so I have to. There's a bit of money, and then I'm going to go. I've found a friend that wants to travel with me for a couple of months. Well, not 1 month.
Mm.
So we're going to go to Dubai for a couple of days, and then we're going to go to India and do the Golden Triangle. Do you know the Golden Triangle?
Oh, India.
Is that like
It's
Delhi
Delhi,
and Goa and Varanasi?
no, Delhi, Agra, so to see the
I'm sorry, Agra. Sorry, not
Agra and
Varanasi.
Jaipur.
Yeah.
So to see the Taj Mahal. Yeah, so we're going to do
Agra,
that
yeah.
for like 15 days. And then I'll probably do a bit more travel, keep making videos, maybe Nepal or Sri Lanka. I'm tempted to go to Sri Lanka, just monitoring the situation there at the moment.
I
And
see
then,
myself.
yeah, and then, yeah, go maybe Thailand. Maybe Hyukjun will be there. We'll go Thailand or Philippines, something close to Australia. Come back to
Yeah.
Australia and see how I'm
Close to
going.
everything. Yeah. Australia's very close to that.
Mm. So yeah, a bit more trouble, but yeah, in Australia, I got no plans. I think I have to do teaching, not just because I need the money, but also I can get bored. So do some teaching.
At the start of this episode, you said you had a little surprise for us or a little announcement.
That was the
Yeah.
that's the surprise.
Okay.
That's very
So
surprising.
what's the
Actually,
surprise?
wow,
What part was that?
wow.
You're traveling
India.
again? Oh, I thought that's just Keith being Keith. That's living
Oh.
my life now travel. So that's just, just goes with it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not surprising. I thought it was
I mean,
quite
that's
good.
like you
Well,
barely just got home. You're leaving again. Yeah.
I haven't
No,
told my
that's
mum
cool.
this, so it's you guys are first.
Oh, surprise for her.
Yeah, surprise for
That's
her though.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's
so you're going to
exciting.
use the online teaching to kind of fund your travel.
Yeah.
I
I've got to
understand.
save up. I got my pension back, so that was good. And
Oh, that
so
process fast.
I got money saved, but the more money I can make, not tapping into savings, the better. That's the way I want
And
to
it'd
do
be
it.
so great just like working remotely too, because you could travel and do all that at the same time. So you're funding that. You're not
I
tied to
think
like
of
an
like one of the
office or
teaching
like a morning commute.
programs. I'll do some
Yeah.
research and maybe we'll talk about it in the future. But one of the online programs, I think you can do like 4 weeks straight, like just the same kids 1 day a week at the same time. So maybe you do like 4 different classes and it's just 4 weeks. And then you can say goodbye and then I can travel and then do it again in another 4 weeks and earn some US dollars. And what I want to do maybe once a month, it requires some research, boys. is that we
Yes.
create
Yeah.
a travel guide, one podcast travel guide about one destination in the world. Where would we go? Some budget things to do. What would we
Mhm.
do? So it could be someplace we've never been and how we would plan for it. So we might pick some random places around the world and explain what we'd do if we could go there, or if we've been there, we can explain, make our own little travel. We're going to become international 4 for 1 this. Well, we got it done, boys. It took us 3 weeks, but we got another podcast out. It's good to see you guys.
Absolutely.
So we're back. We're going to do one a week, and we haven't figured out which day. We always try to release the YouTube on the Sunday, and then the podcast usually comes out Thursday, Friday, depending on who's editing it. But yeah, Gio, we got our Instagram. Gio's been putting up some photos. I put some photos up of my travels, so we're always putting some random stuff up on there. We got our Facebook. Gio, you want to do the rest of the talk? This is your baby.
Yeah, no, follow us on Instagram, social media, Linktree, Facebook. Follow all of our channels up on our YouTube. You'll find Keats as well, Living MLM Travel. Get a nice little insight for that. Until next week, look out for us and our beautiful faces.
All right,
Seeing each
guys.
of you
All
soon.
right.
See you
Take care.
next
Good
week.
night.
Bye.